Again, welcome to the 2021 HamSci workshop. Our theme this year is Mid-Latitude Ionospheric Science. And so this is the second day of the workshop, and it's a virtual workshop. It's being hosted by the University of Scranton. I'm an assistant professor there, and it's also sponsored by the National Science Foundation. And this, of course, is a ham radio sciences and investigation. And our mission is to connect both the amateur radio community and the professional research community for mutual benefit. And so today's schedule at 1300 UT, which is in 9 minutes from now, Dr. Mike Rahanami will be giving our invited scientist tutorial. Then I didn't put the rest of the names on here because I was in a bit of a rush, I'm sorry. Then at 1345 UT, we have our invited amateur radio tutorial, which will be Joe Dzekovich, who is waving right now, K1YOW. At 1445, Christina Collins, KD8OXT, will be running an experiment co-design session where we're going to try to create a fun contest ham radio contest like scientific experiment. And so we're going to have to figure out what makes things fun for ham radio and what also makes things useful for science and try to connect them together. At 1600 UT, we're going to switch to a new Zoom meeting link, and that will take us out of this webinar mode. In the webinar mode, we have panelists and attendees, and the attendees can only type through the chat and they can't show their video or talk. But we want to try to make it more interactive. So in the Zoom meeting link, when we switch to that, all of the attendees are going to be able to talk and show their video as well. So we'll switch with that. And then at 1700 UT, we'll have an iPoster walkthrough session where the iPoster presenters will give a brief 10-minute overview of each of their posters. Then after that, we have about 3 hours where it's just open webinar. So don't go away. That's the time for you to have open discussion. I'll have 50 breakout rooms open, and you can hop between the breakout rooms and talk to whoever you want to, whenever you want to, during that 3 hours. And then at 2100 UT, we'll have our closing remarks and finish up the workshop. So the key to all of this is this online workshop schedule. If you go to hamsci.org/hamsci-2021-program, maybe someone could put that in the chat for me. This has the detailed list of all of the program for today. I'll actually switch over to that so you can see it. So if you can get to it directly if you go to HamSci. If you can't remember, I'm sorry, if you cannot remember the direct link, you go to hamsci.org and you can click this quick link, 2021 HamSci workshop. And this brings you to the workshop page. And then there's a big blue button here that says workshop schedule. And so we are on Saturday, March 20th. And so these are all of the programs, the presenters, and the titles. And all the iPosters are listed here as well. Also on this page, if you click any one of these links, it will bring you to an abstract of that particular talk. And if you click an iPoster link, for instance, this one from Veronica, there should be a URL there which you can click, which will bring you to the iPoster presentation. At the top of this page, there's also useful links. So we are live streaming the tutorial presentations on YouTube, and there will also be a live stream of at least one of the iPoster sessions, breakout rooms as well. Jason Johnson of KC5 HWB of Ham Radio 2.0 will be doing all the videography today. There's an iPoster gallery. If you click that, you're able to get a nice walkthrough of all the different iPosters, and you can choose which breakout room you want to go to, and you can see the posters in that particular breakout room. And also right at the top of the page, this iPoster Zoom link, this is the link we will be using for the afternoon. So it's all right here. Also note that there's a HamSci glossary page, which Phil Erickson, WNPJE, he has especially been helping to keep up to date. And so if you don't know what a particular acronym means or term means, you can take a look in this glossary, and Phil and some of the other panelists and attendees are helping to keep people up to date as to what the different jargon means throughout the talks. So if we go over to back to here. So again, we're virtual this year. So during the webinar session, we have a session chair, which will be myself this morning. This is the person responsible for introducing the talks and controlling the flow of questions and keeping track of the time. We have a Zoom moderator. These are panelists who are assigned to monitor the Zoom chat window and interact with attendees. So if you have any questions and you're an attendee, please just put it in the chat, and a Zoom moderator will help you out or ask the question for you. A panelist includes all the presenters and invited participants who have experience with HamSci and space physics. The presenters, we can share video, talk, and ask questions directly. And attendees are general participants who can watch and listen, but you can't talk or directly share video. You can type in the chat. And this afternoon, we'll have the eye posters. And one highlight from this, make sure that you're using the latest Zoom client. You can go to the Zoom website and download it during one of the breaks. And that's because we're going to be using these breakout rooms during the afternoon session. And if you don't have the latest Zoom client, you're going to have a hard time moving between you could potentially have a hard time moving between the breakout rooms. And note that this afternoon, it's highly experimental. So please be patient and help to make this a good experience for everyone. Let's see, is Mike Rahanomi, are you there?
I am here. Sound check.
Wonderful. You sound great. So we will, so as I said, live streaming and video recording is handled by Ham Radio 2.0, Jason Johnston. Okay, so Mike Rahanomi is here.